The chill of the pre-dawn April air in 1526 bitted Zahir ad-Din, Muhammad Babur, even through the thick felt of his campaign. He sat hunched over a low table, a flickering oil lamp casting dancing shadows on the rich Persian carpet beneath his feet. Outside, the vast plain of Panipat was stirring, the murmur of thousands of men, the occasional stamp of a horse, the clink of armor. These were the sounds of an army on the brink of a momentous gamble. Babur, a man of 43 years, bore the weight of many lifetimes. Lines of wariness were etched around his keen, intelligent eyes, but they still held the fire of unyielding ambition. He dipped his red pen into ink, the familiar scratch of comfort, adding a few lines to his memoirs. He wasn't just a warrior. He was a poet, a naturalist, a man acutely aware of his lineage, a descendant of both Timur and Genghis Khan. Another dawn, he murmured, his gaze drifting towards the tent flap. Another throw of the dice. He thought of Fergana, his beloved ancestral homeland, lost and regained, only to be lost again. He remembered the bitter years of exile, the relentless struggle to carve out a new kingdom in Kabul. And now, India, a land of fabled wealth, but also of immense power, ruled by Sultan Ibrahim Lodi of Delhi. His generals had been nervous. He pushed aside his memoirs and unrolled a crudely drawn map of the battlefield. His finger traced the line of 700 carts, lashed together, forming a defensive barrier. Between them, his precious cannons, procured with such difficulty, were positioned, shielded by mantlets. His matchlock musketeers, trained by Ottoman experts, would provide devastating volleys. And then his signature tactic, the Tuluma, the flanking cavalry maneuver that had served him so well in the past. "Justit aliqui," he spoke aloud, as if the master gunner were there. "Your cannons must sing a song of terror today. Mustafa Rumi, your matchlocks must rain fire." A wave of homesickness, sharp and sudden, washed over him. He missed the cool streams and melon gardens of Samarkand. India was hot, dusty, alien, but there was no turning back. He had promised his men land, riches, a new empire. He had promised himself a legacy that would eclipse the fleeting glories of his ancestors. He rose, stretching his compact, muscular frame. The first hint of gray was painting the eastern sky. He pulled on his quilted battle coat. The steel of his helmet cooled against his brow. Today, he was not the nostalgic poet. He was the Padshah, the emperor, the conqueror. Stepping out of his tent, he saw his commanders already assembled, their faces grim but resolute in the dim light. He surveyed his army, a small island of disciplined determination in the vast Indian plain. He mounted his horse, feeling the familiar surge of adrenaline. "Men of Kabul, men of Fergana," his voice rang out, clear and strong, cutting through the morning air. "We have marched far. We have endured much. Before us lies the army of Delhi. They are many, but we are united. We fight for our future, for our own. Trust in your skills, trust in our plan, and trust in Allah. For glory, for Hind." A roar went up from his soldiers. The die was cast. The battle of Panipat was about to begin, and with it, the foundation of the mighty Mughal Empire. Babur, the tiger, was ready to pounce.